Morning guys, welcome back to my channel. So this week's a bit of a strange one again. I feel like I say that about all of my weeks, like all of my weeks are strange because they are. But this week I'm like kind of all over the place really. Yesterday I had home standby and I literally like slept for all of it. I went to, well in fact I woke up at like 7, got myself ready for my standby to start at 8. Got back into bed because I'd only had a few hours sleep the previous night, so I thought I may as well go back to sleep. Went to sleep and I literally woke up like a couple of hours before my standby was due to end, edited a video and it was done and I didn't get called. So yeah, that literally sped by, that standby. And then today it is currently, I think it's like 9 o'clock now, and my day basically is going to end at like 11:30 tonight, which seems like so long away, and that's because I'm going to Lanzarote and back, and it's such a long day. Like, it is unbelievable. I start at 12:30, so I'm going to get ready and leave in a minute, so I'm not even actually going to get home until like 1:30. And tomorrow I have zero idea what I'm doing because tomorrow is a reserve day, and like I've said to you in my roster reveals, basically what a reserve day is it can change up to 6 p.m. the night before the day of the duty. So it could change to a trip, it could change to standby like I had yesterday, it could be airport or home standby, or it could be a day off. And I'm actually not sure what they can give me because today is such a long day, and it's also sandwiched between this and a Washington on Monday. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what I get tomorrow, and I will find out while I'm in Lanzarote basically, or I think on the way home, because Lanzarote is like a 3.5 hour flight, and I'm really trying to process doing that today because the thought of it is just kind of sickening me a little bit. So yeah, that is basically my plan for the next few days. I'm already packed for my Washington because I packed for standby with the idea that I have Washington on Monday as well. And I don't have any plans for that either because I've already done the sites there and there's really not much to do around the hotel. So we will see what I get up to. But for now, my head is in Lanzarote. That's where I want to be and want to stay. But unfortunately I am not, and I'm very jealous of all of you lot that are going to Lanzarote on this Saturday. I'm going to get myself ready and head to Lanzarote and back, and then I will come back to you later. I might be absolutely dead, I might be buzzing at that time of night, we'll see. Oh, what a day. So it is currently 1:30 in the morning right now. And I got home maybe 30 minutes or so ago. And in the space of 30 minutes, I have managed to make my lunch for tomorrow, have a shower, iron my uniform, repack my bags and get my pyjamas on and into bed. And I think that is quite good going, really. Like, that is a real skill that I have learned, is to get ready very quickly in a short space of time since being cabin crew. So I thought I would come on here and update you about what's going on tomorrow. So basically I had loads of roster changes today. Every single time I looked I had like a new pop-up to say like you've had a roster change, and it's finally settled on this. Pretty much just an airport standby. Which is kind of inconvenient because it means I have to drive back to the airport for 6 hours to sit there and do nothing and very likely not get called, to then have to come back home and resort myself out for Washington on Monday. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain, but I don't mind airport standby. In ways, I like it more than home because I'm ready, and as soon as I'm called, there's kind of no stress about getting to the airport because I'm already there, I'm already ready, and I can just get straight on and, you know, get going with the flight. Whereas with home standby, there is a slight pressure of getting ready quickly and getting to the airport on time, you know. So I see pros and cons to both home standby and airport standby, even though they are both inconvenient. But we move. Tomorrow's happening. I'm all ready for tomorrow now. And like I said, I don't think I'm going to get called because there isn't much they can call me for because they can't knock me off of my Washington. That is a fixed trip that has to go ahead. So I guess they could only call me for another late short haul, I guess, which I'm kind of praying they don't do because right now I literally feel like I'm on a different planet. Today was so long, but at the same time it kind of went quick because it was so busy. I did not even click that a Lanzarote flight on a Saturday would be manic, and it really was. And what hit me on the way home was not even like the amount of passengers, it was like how late the flight was. Like I got to 10 o'clock and we were still in the air, like just under an hour from landing. And I was at that point now where I was literally getting a headache, like migraine headache from just breathing in pressurized air. I was so bloated, I was uncomfortable. I'd literally eaten like 2 biscuits and I was full. Like, that's not right. My body was just rejecting flying and I just needed to land. And as soon as I landed, my body like returned to normal and was just like, thank you. Fast forward to now, I'm home. Oh, I saw something on the way home that I'd never actually seen before. And that was a shooting star. I was just kind of like singing to myself in the car. I think I was singing along to Avril Lavigne. And yeah, I just saw a shooting star and I was amazed. I always thought like shooting stars was just kind of like a little myth and that people just made it up. But seeing it for myself, I was like gobsmacked. And of course I made a wish. You have to make a wish. It just put me in a really good mood for some reason. Like things like that, like, I don't know, just make me happy. Like things like shooting stars. When I saw the Northern Lights for the first time, was just like mind-blowing. That's why I'm feeling so positive, I think, right now. I don't know why. Because I should be extremely tired right now, which I am. But I still have like a little buzz of energy left from the flight. Because I always get a second burst of energy after any kind of flight, to be honest. Anyway, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to go to sleep now. And I'm going to wake up early tomorrow morning to kind of do this all over again. It is the next morning now and I'm hanging. When I last spoke to you last night, it literally feels like I blinked and then I had to wake up. Even though I had like 7 hours sleep, it just doesn't feel like I've had enough. And I need to find some sort of space in the airport to get another nap because I don't think I can function today without a nap. But I was thinking about it, and the way I would describe blocks of short haul and blocks of standby like I'm doing this week is like the song Eat, Sleep, Rave, Repeat without the rave, because it's more like eat, sleep, work, repeat. So yeah, I'm on airport standby like I said yesterday. I start at 1, so it's approaching 10 now. I always give myself 3 hours drive, even though it is an hour and 25 minutes from my house. Because it's a Sunday, that's another reason why, because traffic's always manic. 2, because the motorway that I drive down is partially closed, so I need to divert, which is going to take longer. And I just don't like to rush. I'd rather just take my time and arrive at the airport super early, and then at least I can find a comfy spot, get myself ready, because even though I'm only on standby, I need to prepare myself for what aircrafts I could work on. I need to update myself on any changes to like service and things. So yeah, things can change overnight in aviation and you need to always be prepared for that. I don't mind getting there like super early. I'm not so much in a rush for standby as I would be for a flight, because literally as soon as I get to the airport, that's when my duty starts. And it's not like I'm in a rush to go to a room to meet my crew. So it's not so much of a rush today, but that's kind of the gist of what I normally do when I'm driving to and from work. So I always wake up at least like 4 hours or so before my report time. So my case is packed and ready to go. I've got all my bags, they're ready. And I'm going to get dressed and head on my way to the airport. I think I actually have some sort of plan for my airport standby as well. I think I'm going to basically plan a little day for Vic for his birthday. So his birthday is on the 17th of August and he's literally got like 2 weeks off for both his and my birthday, so I have so much time to play with. And I just want to plan a little day, either just going out for the day or maybe like staying down somewhere for a night, somewhere we haven't really been before. I'm going to keep it all secret because I don't know exactly the plan of what I'm doing, but I have some ideas in my head that I kind of want to, look into. So that's what I'm going to do today. Maybe like make a rough plan on my iPad and just see what works. I love planning. I actually, at one point in my life, wanted to be like an event planner. So like whether that was for like weddings or parties in general. I love planning, I love organisation, and parties and weddings and things like that are just really fun to plan. It explains why I'm so excited to plan my own wedding. even though I'm kind of a little bit stressed about it. I wanted to do that at one point in my life, so that might be something you didn't know about me. I'm going to stop yabbering again and I'm going to get ready and go. Hey guys, so I am now back from standby, and in fact it is the next day again, because pretty much last night I got in, I watched Love Island, then I had my dinner, showered and got into bed because I was so tired for some reason after that standby. I think it was just from being sat there and doing nothing, because all I could really do was like watch stuff on my iPad, and doing that for 6 hours straight, you kind of like, you can't really concentrate on that, and all you can think about is just checking the clock, and I don't like doing that, but with standby that's almost impossible not to. But yeah, as you can see, I did not get called. I had a very funny feeling that was going to be the case, but I'm fine with that because now today I'm off to Washington DC. So I've just got to get ready, and I'm actually getting the coach to work today because the timings work right. There is a coach that works well, which gives me a good hour between arriving at Heathrow and my report time. Yeah, I quite like a Washington because the flight is a decent length, it's not too long, it's exactly the same as like a New York or a Boston. But I think we are quite busy today because the restrictions have massively improved actually between the UK and the US in terms of people are able to come back to the UK without having to quarantine from the US, which is fantastic. Yeah, the flights have really like bumped up in loads, which is good. Busier flights means busy Chloe, which means the flight goes quicker. Sorry, my hay fever is killing me off again today. So I actually got something done on my standby that I didn't expect to get done, but I'm very glad that we actually got it done. So basically, it's Vic's birthday next week, and he's got 2 weeks off, as well as I've got loads of time off, which covers both his and my birthday. I think I've only got to work like 5 days of the 2 weeks he is off. So he originally had some plans for the 16th, so the day before his birthday, but they couldn't go ahead. And aside from that, he did not have any plans for his birthday whatsoever. And I felt really bad, especially considering I'm off as well. I wanted to book something nice for him. So I thought, you know what, I'll use the time on my standby wisely to have a look and see what there is to do. And I've actually booked something really, really exciting for us to go and do. So I've booked a night away somewhere, and the location is top secret, so I'm not telling you guys yet, because knowing my luck, I'll put this video out before we even go, and he'll watch it and find out exactly where we're going. So I don't want to spill the beans yet, but I definitely will be vlogging that little staycation, so keep an eye out on my channel for that, because it's going to be such a good vlog. So yeah, that's happening, and I'm very pleased that we've got something to look forward to, because we don't have any holidays planned, and it's just nice to have something, you know, something to look forward to and something to pack for, and just get away from your local, you know, town or city. It's just nice to do that once in a while that's not for work. Right, I need to finish getting ready now because I don't have long till I have to leave for the bus. But I have some rich teas at the ready to help me get through getting ready. And one thing I find about rich teas, which is a very bad mindset to have, is because there's so little calories in them, I feel like I can have more. So I think there's like about a third of the calories in a rich tea than there is compared to like a digestive. So I'm like, oh, you know, if I had one digestive, I can have 3 rich teas. So that's why I prefer rich teas, which is really bad. I shouldn't think about it that way. And I shouldn't even be having biscuits for breakfast. But yeah, I have a seriously unhealthy relationship with biscuits. It is unreal. So I'm going to love you and leave you now, and I will see you when I get to Washington tonight. It has been approximately 18 hours since I last spoke to you guys, which feels like a lifetime ago. I am super tired. I've broken a nail so far down to the point where I'm trying to file it and I just cannot file any lower. But I'm really worried it's going to break and it's going to really, really hurt. So yeah, that's the perk of taking off my nails after having them on for so long, and then having to deal with really weak, brittle nails, as well as working a very hands-on job. Like I said, I'm super tired. I'm really in a bad mood. Like, not in like a bad mood, but just like I'm not in the mood to do anything but sleep.
So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to sleep and I will speak to you in the morning when I'm awake and I'm a bit more human and a little less zombie. So there's me thinking I would wake up feeling less zombie than I was last night, and in fact I almost feel even more zombie. So I was super tired, as you guys saw. My head hit the pillow and I was zonked. And yeah, I didn't really have an amazing night's sleep, to be honest. I kept waking up. I woke up at 3, then I woke up at 4, and then I woke up at 6, and at 6 I gave in. I was like, for God's sake, I'll get up then. I got up to go brush my teeth, as that's the first thing I like to do every morning, and it really hit me. I had a super bad migraine, and I think that was what was waking me up. I just kept tossing and turning from that point because I got back into bed trying to go to sleep to rest it off a bit more, and it just wasn't happening. So I had some paracetamol to try and simmer down the headache, and got back into bed. Eventually fell asleep. It must have taken about an hour and a half to actually fall asleep again after taking tablets. And now it's 10 o'clock in the morning, which I don't think I've ever done on a trip before, to be honest. I'm normally up super early and I stay awake. I never normally go back to sleep, but this time, I obviously needed it. I mean, you guys know I'm definitely not the kind of person to stay in bed on a trip. I'm definitely more of I want to get out, I want to do stuff, I want to make the most of my trips. But this time, I've got to do what I've got to do. And there was crew that said to me yesterday, "Oh, give us a ring in the morning when you're ready to go and do something." But I've just had to call them and say, I don't think I can put pressure on myself to go and do anything today and just try and rest up. I might try and pop to Target later on if I'm actually feeling it, because our pickup is actually really late, which is super amazing. It's not until 9, so most of my pickups, as you guys have seen, have been 7, sometimes even 6, 5 p.m. So 9 o'clock is really late. However, that does mean that we do arrive into London sort of lunchtime, which, it means half the day is gone. But, the pro to that is we do get a late pickup. So, yeah, I might try and have a walk along to Target later to get some fresh air. However, in saying that, it's actually really hot outside, so I don't know how fresh the air will actually be. So, yeah, I'm just going to take it easy until then, I think. I might order some food and then just take a slow wander over if I'm feeling it. I might not be bothered, but I kind of do need to get to Target if I can. But the only thing is, I really want to prioritise getting rid of this headache, because I do not want to fly home later with a headache. Otherwise, I will really feel awful on the plane, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, that's me as of now, suffering with a headache, just trying to get by today until I can go home, really. I'm really sorry this vlog probably isn't going to end on the highest note. I'm hoping I do feel better, but I think this week is most likely catching up on me. I'm not being funny. I had that Lanzarote the other day. That was such a long day. I then had airport standby and I was really tired then. And I think now I'm just at that point where I'm super tired. I just need to be in my own bed at home and just sleep. But that's not going to happen for at least 24 hours now. So just got to power through. Okay, major roster update. And also, new destination alert. I'm going somewhere next week because I had 5 days of reserve days, if you would have watched my August roster reveal, that was just slap bang in the middle of mine and Vic's birthday. And it's just changed, and I'm going somewhere new, and I'm actually really excited, and it's poked me up a little bit. And it is another room confinement trip, so I can't leave my room. I actually really like a room confinement trip because I like my own company. It's not for too long. I can definitely keep myself busy. There's always things to do. And yeah, I'm looking forward to going somewhere new. And that is Singapore. I have never been before. And it's a new destination that I will be going to that is east rather than west, because I feel like I live in the western time zones and not eastern. I do struggle with Eastern time zones, I'm not going to lie, because I do end up sleeping while it's daytime and then awake for the whole night. I literally wake up dead on sunset. It really does affect you mentally when you do that, because it's this is not right, this is not what I should be doing. But when you have a room confinement trip, there's not really much else to do. And this is exactly what I did when I did my Hong Kong room confinement trip. When I first came back off furlough, was I really beat myself up for doing it that way. But I'm not going to this time. I'm so excited. And yeah, new destination. So I am in absolute desperate need to get out of these four walls right now. So I've made myself look somewhat presentable, as much as I can be. And I'm going to go for a walk to Target, which is about 20 minutes away. I wasn't going to go, but I think some fresh air might do me good. There are a few things I need to get in there, but there is also a Starbucks in Target. So that's even more of a reason for me to go, rather than pay like £6 for delivery fee for them to bring it to the hotel via Uber Eats. So yeah, that's the main reason I'm going to go, I think, to go get a Starbucks. And I'm also going to get some food on the way as well, because I realised I haven't actually eaten since about 6 this morning, and it's approaching 1 p.m. And even then, I just had a bag of crisps. So I'm desperately in need of some food as well. And I'm just hoping that'll make me feel a bit better. So yeah, I'm going to bring that back, eat it in bed. And yeah, just try and rest up to completely get rid of this headache. But yeah, I think I'll show you outside of my hotel room quickly so you can see what the view's like. And it actually looks really hot too. So that's another reason why I don't plan to be long outside. So we have a lovely, gorgeous car park right outside my hotel room, which looks like, you know, some sort of drug meeting point. Aside from that, lovely view. We're quite high up actually. But yeah, this local area is quite nice, aside from the car park. Like I said, I've been here before, and yeah, it's quite a nice little area. So I'm gonna head out now and go and get some food because I'm so hungry. I'm not even lying when I say I've literally walked this path in all types of weather. I've walked in it when it's raining, when it's been snowing, and now I've walked in it when it's 35 degrees heat and I'm melting. I'm only halfway and I don't even know how I'm going to be able to walk this path carrying cold brew coffee and creamer, because that's what I'm going to get. Didn't think this through. Look how red my face is. It's ridiculous. I think it looks even worse in the camera, to be honest, but that walk was absolutely horrendous. Even worse on the way back, because I was on the phone to Vic in Target and he was like, yeah, get this, get that, oh my god, yeah, get this. And I ended up with a massive carrier bag full of heavy stuff that made my walk even more challenging. And then I had the debate of, do I get food on the way home or do I order it in so it's one less thing to carry? And I thought, no, I'll get it on the way home, saves on the delivery fee. So I got food on the way home, and that was an extra thing to carry as well as a drink. So yeah, I'm super hot now, and I literally just stripped off to my underwear and I'm sat in front of the aircon right now just trying to cool down, because I don't know whether that did my headache any worse or any better. So I'm just going to eat my food now and just see if that helps. Before I eat my food, I thought I'd do a quick Target haul, because the quantity of items I got makes it definitely worthwhile doing a haul. So yeah, I thought I'd do one for you guys. I don't know if you guys find these Target hauls interesting, or any quick hauls that I do during my trips, because I do a lot of Bath and Body ones, but unfortunately this time Bath and Body is not near the hotel. So yeah, I did not have the opportunity to go there today, which is a good and bad thing. Good means I don't spend money, bad means I don't have nice things to take home this time. So I will show you quickly what I got in Target. I am absolutely praying my face calms down throughout this clip, because I literally look like the tomato that is in my Chick-fil-A burger right now. And also, I was just looking at the state of my arm. I don't know if you can see it all there. I've got so many marks on my arm from carrying the bags home. I'm like a mess right now. Anyway, Target haul.
So next week, Vic's parents are actually going to Cornwall, I think it is, for 2 weeks. So we actually have a house to ourselves for the first time in a really long time, and we don't get it often. We don't really get privacy often because we both live with our parents, and we are getting to the stage where we do want to move out and have our own space. So we're really going to make the most of this 2 weeks and just, spend some time together that we don't often get to do. Because Vic's off work, I'm off work for most of it. It's going to be a rare occasion basically. So I wanted to get some nice things from Target to have over those 2 weeks, because we want to spend like some nice evenings together, have some food, nice breakfast and things. So the first thing I got, some iced coffee. So I hate coffee with a passion. In fact, I hate hot coffee. I like iced coffee, but hot coffee is just vile. So I've always seen these in Target, these like iced coffee things, and I picked up this mocha one because I think it'll be a bit sweeter than like average coffee. So I got one of those, and to go with that I got a caramel creamer. So we're gonna have some nice coffees in the morning that we'll both like, and just like a little treat for ourselves. It's been a while since I got Vic jerky, so I thought I'm going to treat him, get some nice jerky. So I got him some Tender Bites teriyaki, jalapeno, and just some original. So these were like $4 each, which is really cheap for beef jerky. Like these can sometimes be $10 for these packets, so I got a few of those. So I also got some crisps. So I bought my sister some Takis not too long ago from Chicago, and Vic tried one and he actually really liked them. So I got him the blue heat ones, as that's the ones he tried. And I tried them and they were a little bit weird. I didn't know what to expect from them, and the flavour and the texture. They weren't really for me, but he liked them. So I got him those. I also got him some Cheetos Flaming Hot. I quite like these as well. I like the texture, I like how crunchy they are. So that's kind of for both of us those. And the final thing I got, so we are a massive fan of Cards Against Humanity. We can play it for hours. Even just the two of us, we'll just go through all the cards and try and make funny combinations. And we always, find it good fun. So I saw a section in Target that has loads of Cards Against Humanity. So they have like different mini packs, the larger packs, and they had a new pack out that isn't released in the UK yet. So I thought I've got to get it. So it's the everything box. I have absolutely no idea what kind of combinations will be in here, but Vic said, yeah, get it, because this is something that we very likely won't be able to get in the UK for a while, and it'd be interesting to kind of go through these during our time off and just see, like I said, what combinations we can make. A couple of things, you'll have to excuse the amount of noise in the background of this clip. Hotel rooms in the States are ridiculously loud. For starters, air cons are ridiculously rattly, as well as the walls and the doors are also not soundproof. So I'm really sorry if you can hear tons of background noise. As well as that, hotel room lighting is just shit. So aside from all of that, the reason I'm here is because I'm doing a mini mukbang. So I thought I would eat my food and at the same time I'd answer a few questions you guys asked me over on Instagram. Because the other day I put out on Instagram for you guys to ask me questions for like a general Q&A, which I haven't done for a long time. You guys asked me a few questions and I thought I'd answer them today for you. So my food choice for today at Chick-fil-a was a deluxe burger, and I also got 2 sides of fries. Don't really have to say anything about that, do I? I also got 4 tubs of Chick-fil-a sauce. I'm going to be taking a few of those home. I've just had to shove a jumper on because I'm so cold now. I think I was a bit drastic with the aircon after coming in from my walk. So I've turned it down so hopefully it isn't as loud. But the first question is, what is my favourite layover in Europe? That's quite a hard question because I love Europe. I absolutely love all of the layovers that I have done. I haven't done many recently since COVID, but pre-COVID I used to do them all the time because I used to bid for them and I loved them. But I have to say some of my favourites was definitely Budapest, lovely, lovely city. Gothenburg was great. Lyon in France was lovely. Good shopping centre, lovely river that runs through Lyon. I love an Irish night stop, love them. Love a domestic night stop. I'm really struggling to pick a favourite, but those are some of my favourite ones that I have done. And in fact, actually, let's add on that one, Barcelona.
Love a good night stop there, love having some tapas in the evening. Oh, I cannot wait to start Europe night stops again and vlog them for you guys. What has been my longest layover? What has been my longest layover? I want to say it was my San Jose trip pre-COVID. I think that was about November 2019. So originally that was supposed to be just a 4-day trip. So we'd have about 48 hours there. But it got extended to a 6-day trip. So in the end, we ended up having, I think, like 3.5 days there. So I think to date, that has been my longest layover so far. And that was such a good trip. How long do I plan to be cabin crew? Well, I've not really got anything like backup, I guess. I never went to uni. I did school and college. So I've got like GCSEs and A-levels and things. But yeah, I don't actually know what I would do if I wasn't cabin crew. And I had to think about this during when I was furloughed, like, what if I do lose my job and what if I don't have anything as a backup? So I was thinking about doing like a uni course to either, like 2 very different things. I was either thinking about doing an online uni course in graphic design or being a paramedic. Those are my 2 options that I was thinking in my head. But I then soon was brought back from furlough and I obviously kept my job. And I could not think of anything else that I would really enjoy doing aside from being cabin crew. So I don't put any pressure on myself in terms of how long I want to be cabin crew. I kind of take each day as it comes, like, do I still enjoy the job? Are there progression opportunities, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm not putting pressure on myself to, you know, leave as cabin crew because a lot of people don't see this as like a lifetime job. However, if I'm still enjoying it in 20 years time, so be it. I will continue to be cabin crew and, like I said, hopefully progress, but we will see. So the answer to that question is, I don't know. I could be cabin crew forever, in which case, fantastic, but opportunities might come up elsewhere. We never know. Someone asked, how do I feel about getting married? Well, I'm really excited to be getting married, especially to someone that I really love. However, at the moment, I think because us getting married is so far in the future, it's hard to sort of imagine it really. I think when we start planning and things and, you know, we actually have a date, that's all when it will start to feel real. But at the moment, we're just kind of enjoying the engagement, and I feel like at the moment we are more in love than we've ever been, which is really cringy of me to say, look, but it's true. I could not imagine myself with anyone else, and I think he feels the same, and we are literally best friends. I could not imagine my life without him, full stop. And just the engagement has really brought us even closer. So yeah, I'm really excited to be getting married to Vic. It will be very far in the future, so it's, like I said, it's hard to imagine it right now, but I'm so excited to start getting planning. I have jotted ideas down, of course, and wrote a guest list basically, and I try not to get too ahead of myself at this point in time. I'm trying to sort of enjoy the engagement as much as possible, and I don't want to rush it and it all be over like that. I'd rather, have a perfect wedding that, we're both happy with, that kind of thing. So yeah, just starting with the basics at the moment, but yeah, super excited. Someone has asked, what is my favourite layover overall? So that's both long and short haul. So I think taking into consideration both pre and post COVID, because pre-COVID, I didn't actually fly to that many places. I always seemed to tend to fly to the same places pre-COVID. So I did a lot of North America, I did a lot of South Africa, I did a lot of Europe. I never really went east. I think the furthest east I went pre-COVID was Tel Aviv. And then after COVID was when I started to fly to more East Coast. I've done a bit of South America. So I have done all over, and taking that all into account, I have to say my favourite places that I love is definitely LA or New York. New York has a special place in my heart. I've been 4 times now, and every time I go, I love it for different reasons. And because we always seem to stay in different places because there are so many flights to New York a day, we can't really all stay in one hotel, so it varies. And yeah, every single time I've been to New York, I've done something different. There's always new places to explore. And I love the city life. I love it. New York just has a certain vibe, and yeah, I absolutely love it, and I love New Yorkers. And on the flip side, LA, so that's West Coast. I used to actually love San Diego. Like, San Diego was one of my favorites pre-COVID. And in fact, I cannot wait to go back to San Diego because I just love the city. I've said in previous videos the reasons why. It's just got so many different features and aspects of the city that I love. However, LA has just slightly topped San Diego. And I don't know what it is about LA, but the word that comes to my head is like magical. For some reason, it just is. And I think the reason why I love LA so much is because there's so many different features to the city. So you've got a beach, you've got a city, you've got shopping, you've got the glamour, you've got landmarks to go and see, you've got hills for hiking. I just love it. And another thing I love about it is that the people there do not care. There is a very carefree mindset in LA. I could basically just whip out my vlog camera and no one would batter an eyelid, and I love that. And I'm also just amazed by like LA life, and just how much money is in LA is ridiculous. Like, being like a commoner, I guess, and just looking at LA is just, like I said, magical. So I could quite easily go back there so many times in the future. I'd love to take family there. I'd love to have a holiday there. And oh yeah, Malibu's another place that I kind of like merge with LA that makes it even better. So yeah, that's the reasons why I love LA and New York. And hopefully I will be able to fly to more places. Like, I'm going to Singapore next week. I want to do more of the Caribbean, and maybe that will kind of have the edge. South Africa is definitely up there with my 2 favourite destinations, but the flights are so long. That's what like gives LA and New York the edge. Someone asked, why did I want to be a flight attendant? I don't actually know whether I've answered this before. Possibly, I don't know. But basically, I'll give you like the overall story as to how I came to be cabin crew. So I was looking at the vacancy for years, and I always sort of thought I'd love to travel, but all of my family hate flying, and there was no way I was going to get them on a plane, and plus I didn't really have the money to. So I was like, the idea of being a flight attendant, to be able to fly and earn money at the same time, just sounds incredible. And most people you speak to that aren't flight attendants look at the job as so incredible, and that I'm so lucky to be doing this job, which I definitely am. So I thought to myself, oh, am I even good enough to be cabin crew? I haven't really got the confidence. I don't know how I feel about being away from family because I'm such a home bird that I was worried about getting like really homesick. So I thought, no, I won't bother. Then I mentioned it to Vic, and he was like, are you mad? Like, just apply. Like, what is there to lose? So I did, and obviously I got the job. I was very surprised to get it first time because I had no experience in flying, no experience in the travel industry or in aviation. So I was very lucky to actually get into the job as young as I did. That's basically the gist of it. I just wanted to travel. I wanted to fly more because the very few times I have flown, I've loved flying, and I've really like discovered a hobby in like aviation and flying and travel. I'm really glad I did it. I have no regrets whatsoever, and I always say to people, if you don't know what to do, being cabin crew is such a good job to do because everyone loves it. Yes, the flying part can be really tough, being tired and things, but you do get through it and you find your way to make it work. And it's also really good because you can do other jobs alongside of it. You can do part-time flying and then another job. You can also do like online studying as well. So there's so many opportunities with flying that I have discovered since doing it. So I definitely recommend it to anyone who is a bit stuck on what to do and that definitely wants to travel. What is my dream layover? Now, that's a hard one. One place that I'd love to go, that I've wanted to go to for a long time, is Cape Verde. I've seen so many people go and have fantastic holidays, like all inclusive. It's not actually somewhere that we fly to, but that is definitely somewhere I'd love to go on holiday.
Like I said earlier, Caribbean, I'd love to go. Aside from that, I think I've done a lot of the destinations that I wanted to do for sure. The other place I'm really intrigued to go to is Australia. Before COVID, I was always like, oh, it's a bit far away, the flights are long, because basically how Australia trips work is we used to fly from London to Singapore, so where I'm going to next week, which is a 14-hour flight. And then from Singapore, you stay a couple of days in Singapore, then you go from Singapore down to Sydney, have like a day there, back up to Singapore, have a couple of more days, and then you fly back to London. And overall, that was like a 9-day trip. So for me, I was like, oh, that trip's way too long. I hope I never get it. And now I'm like, actually, I'm quite intrigued to do the trip. So maybe Australia is one of the places I'd love to go to. But in terms of dream locations, definitely Cape Verde. Definitely Cape Verde and the Caribbean are two places I'm really looking forward to go to. Do I get paid for my flights when I am deadheading / positioning? I do. Exactly the same as I would if I was working the flight. So I get paid an hourly rate. So yeah, that's why I think a lot of people love deadheading and positioning, because you're being paid to work, but at the same time you can sleep and you can do whatever you want on the flight as a passenger. So yeah, positioning and deadheading doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's a treat. I've only positioned a handful of times, in fact, twice. Yeah, twice in 2 years of flying, I have positioned twice. So that shows you how few and far in between it is. Some people do it more, some people do it less. Just depends on how lucky you are really, and I'm not that lucky. Someone has asked, what advice would I give to any aspiring flight attendants out there? So if you're asking in terms of like the application to be cabin crew, I've actually made a video on the whole process of becoming cabin crew, both on my YouTube channel and on my TikTok. So you can go and watch those if you'd like, if you want some advice and guidance on actually becoming cabin crew. That'll give you a lot more detail than I could do right now. But if you're looking for some advice on actually like being cabin crew once you've gone through the training and everything, you definitely need to be an on-time, organised person for sure. So you definitely need to work on those skills if you aren't that kind of person already, because you have to be on time for flights, and there's nothing worse than stressing to get to work. Like if you're late for any other job, yes, you'll get told off for it. However, it's not too much of an impact if you are slightly late. You can just stay slightly later. However, you just cannot be late for a flight. That flight will take off without you, and they will pull someone else from standby to replace you. So that's why I'm saying you have to be on time and organised as a person, because you need things like your passport with you all the time. You need to make sure you have all your documents with you that you need for every single flight. You need to make sure you pack well, you know, be prepared for anything that could happen. That's why I'm saying that bit of advice. But aside from that, there's not really any other advice or any preparation I could give you to be cabin crew, because being cabin crew, everyone kind of deals with it differently. So what I mean by that is the tiredness side of things. So short haul tired compared to long haul tired is very different, and everyone deals with it differently. So the final question I have is, how many places have I travelled to so far? I did work this out a little while ago, but I cannot remember off the top of me without seeing my pinned map in front of me. However, from what I recall, I believe it was in the region of 60 destinations I've been to, which is a hell of a lot really in 2 years. So that kind of shows you how much travelling you do as cabin crew and how many different places you see. It is insane. So that is all the questions that I have to answer for you guys today. If you didn't get the chance to ask a question you'd like to ask one, pop it in the comments below and I will just respond and answer it for you. Yeah, I think it's quite nice to do a Q&A every once in a while, because I know a lot of people that follow my TikTok and my YouTube are aspiring flight attendants or are flight attendants, and it's nice to just kind of get different perspectives from people, and it's nice to give advice to those of you that are aspiring flight attendants. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed listening to my little ramble, and let me know if you'd like to see more of these in the future. Oh, I just stabbed my gum with a chip.
Did I sleep? No. Am I ready to work a flight home? Probably not. Have I broken more nails? Yeah. Bit of a mess right now, so I need to fix this. Chloe is back with the practical packing once again. I mean, look at that. That's like A-star packing right there. Like, I managed to fit everything in there. I also utilised my empty lunchbox to put the crisps in. So I think that was very practical of me, and I'm very proud of myself. For some reason, it looks like it rained. I don't think it did, but the tarmac outside my window looks really shiny to the point where it looks wet. So I don't know whether it's just really fresh tarmac or whether it did rain and I just didn't hear it. Like, look. Do you see what I mean? Anyway, I am ready. Anyway, I am all packed and ready to go now, as you saw. My hair and makeup is done, so I'm ready to get going. I was thinking about it earlier, and now looking back, I realised, like, when I came back from my walk from Target, I was really, really tired. Like, I don't even know whether this is excessive for me to say, but I think I was almost like borderline heat stroke, because I've had like excessive heat stroke before and it was not nice, to the point where I was sick. I just was so ill, and when I was sat in bed earlier, I just felt really uncomfortable. Like I said, I had a headache anyway, but I think my headache was getting worse because of that, and my stomach felt a bit funny, and like I said, I was tired, but I couldn't sleep. I think I must have had ever so slight heat stroke. So I was trying to sort of rest up a bit, just to try and ease it a bit, and just drink tons of water, and it definitely helped, and I feel so much better now, because I don't think I could have stayed here another night, because I just want to get home and enjoy my week off. And it's amazing how literally just 20 minutes of sun at that level of heat, 35 degrees, can really impact you. So go careful if you're ever going to go out in that heat ever again. Coming from someone who's just been through it, make sure you have your hats on, make sure you put your sun cream on. Those of you that are going on holiday and think, oh yeah, you've had a year and a half without sun, you'll be fine, your skin's all fresh and brand new, ready to get a tan. No, put your sun cream on, put your sun hat on. I am someone who experiences heat a lot because I travel to hot places, and even I can't hack it. So if I can't, you can. Just a top tip from me. I'm not sure whether to end the vlog here or catch up with you when I get home. I don't think the flight's going to be that long, to be honest with you. It's probably going to be 6.5 hours maybe, which is not long at all. So I'll be home nice and quick. So yeah, I think I'll catch up with you when I get home rather than end the vlog here. So yeah, I'll see you when I get home. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little time lapse of me unpacking all of my stuff after work. So in time lapse time, it took no more than 10 seconds. In real life, it took 15-20 minutes. If only it took 10 seconds to unpack my suitcase, that would be a blessing, but no. The one thing I always really struggle with, and I don't know if you guys find the same, like when you come back off of holiday, you go to unpack all of your stuff and you go to put your clothes away, and somehow you end up with less hangers in your wardrobe than when you were packing your suitcase. So whenever I try and pack my clothes away, I'm always short on hangers, and I don't understand how that happens. I don't know if my mum comes in my room and like nicks hangers when I'm away. I always tell her not to because it's really infuriating. But yeah, I always have the same issue every time, and that's probably the longest part of unpacking my case, is just trying to find hangers, and hangers are really expensive. So yeah, so aside from all the drama of unpacking my suitcase, I actually found out why I thought it was raining before I left Washington. So when I went downstairs to meet my crew before pickup, they all were discussing like, oh, did you hear the thunder and lightning, and did you see the storm? And I was like, no. And apparently, yeah, it really badly thunderstormed before pickup, and I failed to actually notice that. I don't know where I was. Was I away with the fairies? Quite possibly. But yeah, I didn't even notice. Like, surely I would have heard the thunder. Like, thunder's a very distinctive sound and very loud, and surely the lightning would have, you know, flashed and I would have seen that. That storm also delayed us leaving Washington as well, and apparently it was like edging towards the coast, and we had to do like this massive divert around the storm, which was really annoying, and I very nearly missed my coach home because of that. But yeah, I didn't in the end, so I made it home and everything's good. I'm back home safe. Now I think I'm just going to have a cup of tea with some biscuits because I haven't had a cup of tea all trip, which is a crime. I need to have some rich tea biscuits. I need them. I'm almost craving them right now. And I'm going to have a shower and wash all the plane off of me because I can feel like a layer of scum all over me, and it's quite frankly disgusting. I get a second burst of energy, like you can kind of tell right now, I'm very talkative. So I get a second burst of energy when I get home, and then once I've like done all of my jobs and my chores when I get home, I just die. And I'm kind of making a mistake right now by sitting in bed, because that is a path that could lead me to falling asleep before I get any of my chores done. So I'm going to get out of bed now before that happens. I'm a happy Chloe now. So that is my first trip of August, done and dusted. In fact, I vlogged this whole week, didn't I? I don't actually even remember what I got up to at the start of this week. Like, it literally feels like a lifetime ago. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed seeing what I got up to anyway. I know this vlog was a bit mundane and nothing really happened, but I know you guys like to see what I get up to on these trips regardless. I know you guys are so interested in my life as cabin crew, so I like to do these weekly vlogs so you can see like a realistic side of what it's like to be cabin crew. If you like the video, don't forget to leave a like down below. Also subscribe and pop the notification bell on to let you guys know when I do upload. Also keep an eye out very soon because there will be exciting birthday content coming from both Vic's birthday and also my birthday. So yeah, I'm looking forward to bringing that sort of content to you guys, as that only happens once a year, and because it only happens once a year, it's very, very exciting. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in a video very, very soon.